Hello, I'm Cahit Barkın Özer from Çukurova University Computer Engineering Department, 4th grade. Today I will explain some terms in Java that are confused with each other. In an example, these terms that I will explain will be polymorphism, extending, implementing, also abstract classes, interfaces, and overriding and overloading. Let's start. So I have a main class, dog class that extends animal, cat class that extends animal, and animal class. So in animal class, I have leg count, animal type, breed, and there's a method named die and make noise methods. So I will explain what overloading is. So there are two different methods that have the same name, but they can have different parameters, different parameter count, different parameter types. They can't have different return types. So by making them with different parameters, combinations, you can overload those methods. This is overloading. Okay, and dog extends animal, and dogs have a name. I'm initiating their names with constructor and then overriding the make noise method. So overriding here, this has a default behavior make noise method, and it says animal type and make noise. For example, dog makes noise. This is a default behavior, but when I override it, it just says bark. So it barks. And I created animal 1, it's a dog, animal 2, it's a cat. So this is polymorphism. I am creating subclasses and saving their superclass to, for example, for any other purpose, but we are doing it here for the purpose of putting them in a list of their supertype, which is animal. So I'm creating dog and cat. These are animal, and I'm saving them inside the list. I'm adding them inside the list, for example. And then animal 1, I'm reaching make noise, and then I'm reaching die. So for this example, when I say make noise, it will bark. But if I forget to write this method, this is legal for IDE, and the syntax. We cannot override it, and in that case, that will say dog makes noise. But we don't want it. We want to force the programmer. For example, I'm working with a different programmer in a project. I want to force that programmer to do that because I created that class for that purpose. And also, because it's a class, I can also create forget this. I can also create animals instance because it's also a class. And maybe we don't want that. So I called Oracle. Hey Oracle, I have a problem. I don't want my animal classes to get instances, for example. Or I can say I want to force the programmer to override it. And then Oracle works on it, and after a month calls me. This is not a real history, by the way. It's story. I'm just making it up for here. And says, okay, Warken, we created something called abstract classes. So you can create abstract methods in it that the methods that have no body. Let me show you here. That has no body. So when something extends it, a programmer needs to override it, write its body inside that there. So when we extend animals, so we cancel this one now. So it works with this one now. It works same. nothing changed, but we can't create animals type animals instances now. So we can't create animal. Because why? If we create an animal now, it will have an abstract method. And if we try to try to reach that instance's abstract method, we don't know what it should do. This is a kind of a problem. So we can't do it. These are abstract. Abstract classes cannot have instances. Okay, then I'm going to call it again, Oracle, and say, okay, but now I have this problem. I want to extend multiple classes. I can do it in C++, I can do it in Python, but I cannot do it here. And they say, okay, well then we will create interface for you, and this is an interface. You implement it, you do not extend it. For example, dog extends animal, implements mammal, and also it implements what was that? Canidea. This means dog-like. For example, fox, wolves, dogs. And cat extends animal, and it also implements mammal. It's also a mammal. Okay, I did this. What are the differences of interface and abstract class? Well, first of all, your fields must be static final. Static final, so when you implement an interface, for example, dog implements Canidea, every instance, for example, Max, cannot have different leg count, and I don't know, another dog or another wolf, for example, it's called Max Jr. is a wolf, let's say, and it cannot have a different leg count. They all have 4 leg count because it's static. It's defined on that structure, not on the instances. So, okay, what is another difference? Another difference is also between the abstract class and the interface is we cannot create non-abstract methods right now. So we had die here in abstract class, and we wasn't had to overwrite this, but now we do not have non-abstract methods. This is also abstract, non-abstract methods. Because of that, we must overwrite all of these methods inside interface. And the last thing is, because they all have to be, for example, all fields have to be public static final int, we do not have to write public static final it, but they are public static final it, and writing it this way is good, is a better practice in a readability way. Also, for abstract void methods, they all have to be public abstract, so we can also not write it and do it like this, but readability, as I just said. I guess I said everything I wanted to say. Thank you for listening. Take care.